There comes a moment in life when you realize that wisdom is not measured in years, but in awareness. The earlier you understand the truths I'm about to share with you, the greater your chance of creating a life most people only dream of. Life does not reward the passive observer. It rewards the one who listens, reflects, and applies. These 22 life lessons are not just rules to remember. They are tools to transform. They will change you. They will elevate you. But only if you learn them early and live them daily. The first lesson is simple, yet so many ignore it. Decide what you want. Be definite. Be precise. Be unwavering. Most people drift because they never set their sails. The world doesn't respond to vague intentions. It moves for those who are clear, committed, and courageous. When you know what you want, your mind and the universe begin aligning in your favor. Opportunities appear. People show up, but only if you know where you're going. Second, understand this. Every thought you think is building your future. Think poverty and you'll attract limitations. Think abundance and you'll open the gates to wealth, not just in money, but in love, health, and freedom. Your outer world is only a mirror reflecting your dominant inner state. Guard your thoughts as you would your most prized treasure. They are shaping your tomorrow even when you're unaware. Life will challenge you. It will test you. And sometimes it will break you. But within every adversity lies a lesson, a gift, a seed of advancement. Don't run from difficulty. Lean into it. Let it mold you. Let it refine you. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Learn to say, this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. That shift in perspective can turn tragedy into triumph. Discipline. This word separates the dreamers from the doers. Success doesn't come to those who are motivated for a week. It comes to those who are committed for a lifetime. Anyone can start, but only the disciplined finish. Wake up with purpose, move with structure, and refuse to negotiate with laziness. You must become the master of your emotions, not their slave. Train your mind to do what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. That's where transformation happens. Look around you. Who are you spending time with? Who are you allowing to shape your mind? If the people in your circle are not pushing you forward, they're pulling you backward. You become the average of those you associate with. Spend time with people who think big, speak truth, value growth, and act with integrity. Your network will either be your cage or your wings. Choose wisely. And remember, time is not a resource, it is the resource. Every minute gone is a minute you can never recover. Don't just spend your time, invest it. Invest it in learning, in building, in loving, in growing. Wasting time is robbing your future self. Those who honor time create lives of peace and power. Those who squander it live in regret. You must also learn to listen more than you speak. Not just to others, but to yourself. Your intuition is not noise, it's wisdom whispering. Silence the chaos around you long enough to hear what your soul is trying to say. Within you are answers you've been looking for out there. Learn to trust them. Take full responsibility for your life. As long as you blame others, you give them your power. Blame is bondage, ownership is freedom. Whether or not it's your fault doesn't matter. Make it your responsibility to rise, to change, to lead. Victims wait to be rescued. Leaders create the rescue plan. Fear will knock on your door often. It comes disguised as caution, as procrastination, as comfort. But fear is not a wall, it's a doorway. Go through it. What you want is almost always on the other side. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward in spite of it. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Free yourself. Your heart was not designed to carry bitterness. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Say no when you must. Detach when you need to. Your peace is sacred. The more you value it, the more your life will reflect it. Be obsessed with learning. Read daily. Question everything. Seek mentors. Study success. Education doesn't end with school. It begins when you decide to grow for life. The mind is a muscle. If you don't feed it, it weakens. Stay humble. No matter how much you achieve, remember you're still learning, still growing. Arrogance blinds, humility opens doors. Give generously, whether it's your time, Your words or your resources give. The world responds to contribution. A closed hand cannot receive. When you serve others, you rise too. Keep your word. Integrity isn't about how you act when people are watching. It's about how you behave when no one is. Do what you say. Honor your commitments. Let your name mean something. And never forget, progress over perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move forward, one decision, one action, one day at a time. The compound effect of small daily improvements is what creates legendary lives. Live with vision. Don't just exist, design your life. See it in your mind. Feel it in your heart. Walk toward it with purpose. You were not born to be average. You were born to rise, to build, to impact, to leave a legacy. These 22 life lessons are not just for knowledge. They are for transformation. Don't just remember them, live them. Let them become the foundation of who you are becoming. Because in the end, success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. Definiteness of purpose is the cornerstone of all personal achievement. Until you decide what you want with unwavering clarity, your efforts will always be scattered, your energy diluted, and your progress delayed. The universe does not respond to confusion. It responds to certainty, direction, and intensity of desire. When you are unclear about your purpose, you become like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly, swayed by every wave and wind of life, reacting instead of leading. But the moment you declare, without hesitation, what your goal is and commit your entire being to it, the entire fabric of reality begins to move in response to your decision. Having a definite purpose gives you a reason to wake up each morning with passion. It energizes you when others are tired. It pulls you through discomfort, failure, and fear because the vision is more powerful than the obstacles in front of you. Purpose becomes your internal compass. It helps you say yes to what aligns with your vision and no to the distractions that don't. When you operate without purpose, even the best opportunities will look confusing. But when you are driven by a clear purpose, you create your own opportunities. You'll find that most people never define what they truly want. They say things like, I just want to be happy, or I want success, but they never define what happiness or success actually looks like. This vagueness creates hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. You must be exact. Do you want to build a business, lead a movement, heal others, create art that transforms lives, raise a family with wisdom and love? Whatever your purpose is, it must be vivid, detailed, and emotionally charged. The clearer it is, the stronger the magnetic pull it has on your actions. Every great leader, inventor, artist, and visionary throughout history began with a definite purpose. They didn't stumble into greatness. They claimed it. They visualized it. They structured their lives around it. And through that clarity, they attracted the people, resources, and timing that made their dreams inevitable. You don't need to know how it will all happen right away. The how reveals itself after you fully commit to the what. Though your purpose is not just about what you get, it's about who you become. It transforms you from the inside out. It demands discipline, sacrifice, and the constant refining of your character. But in that process, you grow into someone capable of achieving far more than you ever thought possible. You become someone with conviction, with presence, with power. You become unstoppable, not because life becomes easy, but because you become focused. In a world full of noise, temptation, and distraction, those with a definite purpose stand out. They live with intention, act with confidence, and walk with direction. Their lives are not left to chance. They are designed by choice. If you want to change your life, the first and most important step is this: decide exactly what you want. Define your purpose, write it down, speak it daily, and align every thought and action to serve it. Because once you do that, life begins to organize itself around your vision. The path may not always be straight, but the destination will always be clear. And in that clarity, you will find the power to shape your own destiny. Every result you experience in life, whether it's success or failure, peace or chaos, joy or stress, can be traced back to the thoughts you consistently entertain. Your mind is the architect, the thoughts are the blueprint, and your life is the structure being built. What you think about consistently, you eventually bring into form. This is not about wishful thinking or fantasy. This is about the undeniable power of thought and how it shapes perception, behavior, decisions, and ultimately, destiny. The quality of your life rises or falls in direct proportion to the quality of thoughts you feed your mind. If you think in terms of limitation, struggle, and lack, you will subconsciously sabotage opportunities, relationships, and actions that could lift you higher. That's because your thoughts control your belief system, and what you believe becomes your personal truth, whether or not it's actually true. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, your mind will find evidence to support that narrative. But if you feed your mind with empowering thoughts of capability, possibility, growth, and strength, you begin to see the world differently. Doors you didn't notice before begin to open. That's not magic. That's perception shaped by thought. Most people never realize the full extent of their creative power because they've allowed their minds to become factories of fear, doubt, and negativity. The news, gossip, trauma, and unhealed pain feed a cycle of thoughts that produce more of the same. But the truth is, you can reclaim your power by becoming the conscious guardian of your mind. You can choose what you focus on. You can train your thoughts to align with the future you desire instead of the past you regret. Every achievement begins in the mind before it ever becomes real. The most successful individuals didn't start with resources. They started with a thought, a vision, an idea. That seed of thought was nurtured, focused on, repeated daily, and eventually grown into a result. You must treat your thoughts like seeds. What you plant consistently will grow. Whether it's weeds or fruit depends entirely on what you allow to take root. This is why visualization is so powerful. When you intentionally imagine your future self, confident, healthy, successful, you are programming your subconscious to look for ways to make that image real. The brain does not distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. So, by thinking deliberately with clarity and repetition, you literally begin to rewire your brain to operate as if the success you seek is already yours. Over time, your habits, choices, and even your environment begin to shift to reflect your inner picture. The key is consistency. You can't think positively once in the morning and expect your life to transform. You must practice mental discipline daily. When a disempowering thought shows up, catch it, replace it, speak truth to it. Train your mind like a muscle. You can't control every thought that enters your mind, but you can control which ones you dwell on and which ones you reject. And in that choice lies your power. You are always creating your future with your present thinking. The life you're living today is the result of thoughts you planted yesterday, and the life you'll live tomorrow depends on what you're thinking about today. So, choose wisely. Think deliberately. Speak as though what you want is already on the way. Act in alignment with the person you are becoming, because your thoughts are not just passing clouds. They are the blueprint for the reality you are building. Adversity often arrives uninvited, dressed as hardship, loss, failure, or discomfort. It disrupts your plans, shakes your confidence, and tests your patience. But what most people fail to realize is that hidden within every struggle is a blessing in disguise, a gift of growth, strength, wisdom, or redirection. Life never gives you challenges to break you without also offering you the tools to rise through them. The problem is, most people are so focused on the pain that they miss the purpose. They want to escape the discomfort instead of understanding what it's trying to teach. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has had to walk through fire. They've faced doubts, setbacks, ridicule, and uncertainty. But it was precisely those experiences that molded them. Without adversity, there is no resilience. Without resistance, there is no strength. You don't grow in comfort. You grow when you're pushed to dig deeper, think differently, and act with courage despite the fear. What looks like punishment is often preparation. Life isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to shape you. In moments of adversity, your true character is revealed. Anyone can smile when things are easy. But the question is, who are you when things fall apart? Do you give up or do you rise up? Do you blame the world or do you take ownership and ask, What is this here to teach me? That shift in mindset is what separates those who remain stuck from those who use pain as a ladder to the next level. Adversity is not the end of your journey. It's the gateway to your evolution. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history were born from breakdowns. When people lost everything, they discovered their true purpose. When doors slammed shut, they found better ones that never would have been visible had they not been forced to look elsewhere. Pain has a way of rerouting you toward your highest path, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. Trust that. Your journey is not random. There is meaning in every mess, direction in every detour, and strength to be gained in every storm. You must also understand that how you respond to adversity is far more important than the adversity itself. Two people can go through the same challenge, and one will rise while the other falls. The difference lies in mindset, in perception, in choice. If you see adversity as an unfair burden, it will weigh you down. But if you see it as training, as preparation, as a hidden blessing, you'll find energy and courage that most people never access. Let the challenges you face refine you, not define you. Don't ask for an easier life. Ask for stronger shoulders. Don't wish it didn't happen. Use it to become someone who can handle even more. In time, you may look back at what once felt like a curse and realize it was the turning point that awakened your greatness. So when adversity comes, and it will, don't just endure it. Engage with it. Learn from it. Grow through it. Because inside every painful experience is a gift so powerful, it could change the entire trajectory of your life. But only if you're willing to unwrap it. Discipline is the invisible force that connects what you desire with what you ultimately achieve. It's the bridge between your vision and its reality, between dreaming and doing. Without discipline, dreams remain distant fantasies, pleasant thoughts that never manifest into anything tangible. But when you develop the habit of consistent, focused action, even the most ambitious goals become possible. Discipline is not about punishment or perfection. It's about making a decision every day, often in small and unglamorous moments, to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. The truth is, motivation comes and goes. You might wake up inspired one day and apathetic the next. But discipline stays when motivation fades. Discipline is the voice inside you that says, "Get up and do it anyway." It's the internal agreement you make with yourself that your future is more important than your comfort. Every time you choose discipline, you reinforce a powerful message that your goals matter, that you are in control, and that you can trust yourself to follow through. Success doesn't come from one big move. It comes from the small, repeated actions you take when no one is watching. Waking up early, saying no to distractions, working on your craft, choosing health over indulgence, reading instead of scrolling. These are the building blocks of a successful life. They may seem small, but when practiced daily, they compound into powerful results. Discipline is what makes you dangerous in the best way possible, unshackable, focused, and unstoppable. Many people talk about what they want, but few are willing to pay the price. The price is not just hard work, it's discipline. It's doing what you said you would do long after the excitement of setting the goal has faded. It's turning down quick gratification for long-term fulfillment. And it's staying consistent even when the progress is slow, the path is uncertain, and no one is cheering you on. If you want to know how far someone will go in life, watch how they manage the moments when no one is looking. Do they show up? Do they keep promises to themselves? Do they push forward when it's boring, inconvenient, or hard? That's where the gap between average and extraordinary is formed. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's discipline. Discipline isn't always loud. It doesn't always make headlines. But it shows in results. It shows in the life you build, the habits you form, and the legacy you leave. When you become a disciplined person, you no longer wait for perfect conditions or ideal moods. You act in alignment with your values and goals, regardless of circumstances. You become the kind of person who creates momentum, not someone who waits for it. In the end, every dream you have is possible, but only if you're willing to build the bridge of discipline. Each day, brick by brick, action by action, you create that connection between who you are and who you're becoming. Let others hope and wish. You, instead, will work and walk steadily across that bridge until your dreams are no longer dreams, but your lived reality. You become the average of those you associate with. This is not just a motivational phrase. It's a fundamental truth that silently shapes the course of your life. The people you surround yourself with influence the way you think, how you speak, the actions you take, and even what you believe is possible. Without even realizing it, you absorb their habits, their energy, their mindset, their expectations. If you're consistently around individuals who complain, procrastinate, or settle for mediocrity, you'll find yourself gradually mirroring those same behaviors. Not because you want to, but because that energy becomes familiar, and familiarity has a powerful pull. Your environment is stronger than your willpower in the long run. You can have the best intentions, the biggest dreams, and the clearest vision. But if you're surrounded by people who don't challenge you, don't inspire you, and don't hold you to a higher standard, your growth will eventually stall. That's why it's essential to take an honest look at your inner circle. Are the people in your life pushing you forward or pulling you back? Are they stretching your mind or shrinking your vision? Every conversation, every interaction is either feeding your future or starving it. Association is not just about friendships, it's about influence. Who are you listening to? What are you consuming? What kind of energy do you allow into your space daily? These inputs shape your output. If you surround yourself with people who are disciplined, focused, and striving for more, you'll naturally rise to meet them. Their habits will challenge your excuses. Their confidence will elevate your belief system. Their drive will ignite your own. And soon enough, their excellence becomes your new normal. Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is walking away from relationships that no longer align with your growth. That doesn't mean you have to cut people off with bitterness or resentment. It means choosing yourself, your future, and your vision with clarity and love. As you evolve, your standards will rise. And not everyone will grow with you, and that's okay. Your destiny demands alignment, not attachment. If you want to change your life, change your circle. Spend time with people who think bigger, act with purpose, speak with intention, and refuse to settle. Get around individuals who make you uncomfortable in the best way, because their example forces you to level up. Whether in person, online, through books or mentorship, find those who embody the values and lifestyle you desire. Let their mindset become your mirror. Never underestimate the power of association. One conversation can unlock an idea that changes everything. One mentor can show you a path you never knew existed. One friend can hold you accountable and refuse to let you give up on yourself. You don't need a large circle. You need the right one. Choose your environment with the same seriousness you choose your goals, because the people around you will either build your ladder to success or quietly dismantle it. Your time, energy, and focus are sacred. Treat them with respect by protecting your circle. Because over time, you will not rise above your environment. You will reflect it. So choose to rise by choosing to align with those who are already on that path. Time is the most precious currency you will ever have. Unlike money, you can't earn more of it. Unlike possessions, you can't replace it. Once it's gone forever. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back, and yet most people spend time as if it were unlimited, as if tomorrow is guaranteed, and as if today doesn't matter. But the truth is, your entire life is made up of how you choose to spend your time. It's not measured in years or decades, but in moments of attention, intention, and decision. Most people waste time not because they want to, but because they lack vision. They drift through the hours, reacting to whatever comes, scrolling through distractions, chasing urgency instead of focusing on what's meaningful. But when you live with vision, everything changes. Your time becomes sacred. You begin to filter every decision through the lens of your future. You stop saying yes to things that don't align with your purpose. You stop entertaining people, habits, and routines that drain your energy. You start to move with clarity, because you know exactly where you're going, and more importantly, why. Living with vision doesn't mean being busy all the time. It means being intentional. It means prioritizing growth over comfort, purpose over popularity, and impact over noise. It's understanding that every hour you spend building your dream is an investment, not a sacrifice. When you operate with vision, your time gains compound interest. What you build today adds value to tomorrow. The book you read, the skill you practice, the relationship you nurture, the rest you choose, all of it contributes to the bigger picture. One of the greatest tragedies is not that people fail, but that they succeed at things that don't matter. They spend years climbing a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. But you, with vision, can avoid that mistake. You can choose to be deliberate, to design your life instead of defaulting into it. And that design starts with how you spend your time. There is power in small, consistent efforts. Even 10 minutes of focused action daily, when aligned with vision, can lead to transformation. The key is not how much time you have, but what you do with it. Are you planting seeds or just passing time? Are you building momentum or burning daylight? Are you moving closer to your ideal future or drifting further from it? Time will keep moving whether you use it or not. But if you want to live a life of depth, meaning, and fulfillment, you must learn to spend it wisely. Respect time like the rare treasure it is. Guard it, protect it, direct it. Make decisions today that your future self will thank you for. Because the clock is ticking, not to create pressure, but to awaken purpose. Every second is a choice, and every choice either moves you closer to your vision or further away. So spend your time with intention. Give your hours to what truly matters, because in the end, it's not about having more time. It's about having more direction. And with vision, every moment becomes meaningful. Everything you've heard in this speech leads to one undeniable truth: your life is a reflection of the thoughts you cultivate, the discipline you apply, the company you keep, the time you protect, and how you face adversity. These life lessons are not just theories or motivational phrases, they are tools. Tools that, when applied with intention, can transform your reality. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to be in place. The power to change your life exists in the decisions you make today and the habits you form from those decisions. Understand this clearly. Success isn't accidental. Growth isn't accidental. Fulfillment doesn't arrive on its own. They are all the byproducts of conscious living, of choosing your thoughts with care, surrounding yourself with people who elevate you, facing hardship with resilience, and valuing your time as the limited gift it is. No matter where you're starting from, these truths remain the same. You are capable of designing a powerful life, but it requires that you become deliberate. Deliberate with your actions, your energy, and your focus. So let this not just be a moment of inspiration, but a call to action. Apply what you've learned, reflect, realign, and rise, because the greatest project you will ever work on is you. And when you commit to mastering these principles, not only will your life change, but you will become someone capable of inspiring others to do the same. Keep going. The best version of your life is waiting.